And I'm live. Welcome to the McCaffreyCrafts live stream. Let's see if I can go live on Instagram too. I think I'm live now in a few locations. So welcome to the McCaffreyCrafts live stream. I am Francis McCaffrey. I am a blackthorn shillelagh stick maker. And every Friday, I make myself available to you guys in the community to answer some questions. And, it gives you guys an opportunity to know about me and my personality and what I'm about as well. And I'm quite happy to talk about stick making, about sticks, about Irish culture, about anything you want to. And as always, I give you guys an update of what I'm working on over the next week or two. And give you guys as much information as possible. And so here we have it. We're into the live stream now, and I have some nice hazels behind me as well. So if anyone's interested in a hazel walking stick, I'm your man. Anyone interested in a blackthorn stick, I'm your man. Anyone's interested in chestnut stick, I have some of those too as well. Let's see. We have Hedgie says, I make sticks as a hobby. Very good. Hedgie, I went from making sticks as a hobby to making sticks professionally and full-time. This is my full-time living now. This supports me and my 3 kids. And hopefully now I'll put my kids through university as well. Tim says it looks cold in Clorglen as well. Yes, it's for an Irish person, it's cold. What's the temperature in Clorglen? I don't know, man. Let's check. Temperature Clorglen. Temperature. It's 9 degrees. That should be all right for some people. But 9 degrees Celsius, yeah, that's how it is as well. Mary saying hello. Hello, Mary. How are things with you? How are you settling into your new home? You've been in there now for a month or two. Hope it's all's well as well. But I'm doing good, guys. A few familiar faces. So Hedgie on Instagram says, oh, cool. Ones I make usually have antler on. I'm going to have a go at making a blackthorn. Actually, my window, I have one of these, but I don't sell them. Wait, I have an antler with a blackthorn. 1 second now, I'll go get it. I think I have it here. Let's see now, guys. Just wait a second. Here, I actually have some antler on it. Wait. Ugh. I don't really sell these, but like if you come into my shop, I have like a blackthorn, like with an antler on it, and I have another nice blackthorn here with an antler. So I kind of use these kind of in my my window display. Actually, I should because they're a bit awkward to be shipping and stuff with the volumeric weight. But yeah, so I don't do a lot with the antler. I have actually some antler in my basement, and these are from, is it I think Sika deers? I'm not sure. There's a guy who has a license to snipe some deers, and every year he gives me some deer meat, and he always throws in a few of these antlers as well. So I actually have a few antlers like to use and stuff, but that's on a blackthorn as well. But I don't have these up for sale on my site. Maybe I will. It's kind of a nice one, that one. It's pretty good. But yeah, I only have about three of them with antler, and like usually I just put them in the window, like to get some attention and different things as well. Actually, I gotta redo my shop, man. It's like I gotta paint it. I gotta start my window display. There's a lot I got to do here on that as well. Let's see. Hedgie says, do you varnish the blackthorn as well? I don't really. I kind of stay away from varnishes and stuff like that. I actually put blood, sweat, and tears into my finish. I get like one of the most common questions I get is, what finish do you use? What finish do you use? What finish do you use? And the guys asking me, they never want to buy a stick. So after all these years of being asked this question, my standard go-to answer now. So if someone asks me, what finish do you use on your walking stick? My standard answer is going to be blood, sweat, and tears. I said to a few guys, I don't know, were they happy with it though? But that's my standard answer now. So if anyone is asking me for that, let's see, Mary says that we finally got out of the polar vortex around 40 Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is. Let me see what 40 Fahrenheit. Temperature 40 in Fahrenheit to Celsius. What's that in Celsius? Degrees Celsius. 40 Fahrenheit is, I think that's 4 degrees or something. I'm not sure. I can't, the conversion here is not working. Anyway, the last few days, the antler could be useful as well. Yes, it could be useful indeed. But I keep warm with this. Like this is good. Like, you know, if you're cutting blackthorn and you don't want someone to know who you are, like, you know, you just like one of these roadmen. I don't know if you're familiar with that expression. There's this kind of like thing in the UK at the moment. It's kind of like a cultural thing, and you can be like a roadman. I'm not an op. But if you dress like a roadman, you can kind of, you know, conceal yourself as well, conceal your identity. So I hope you've been enjoying the content I've been putting online. I'm putting a few funny videos. I decided to throw a bit of my humor, which I thought was funny, into it as well. So I put up a funny video of me running from the police, and I put up a funny video as well. So I'll kind of mix it up with content, so you're not getting bored of me just saying buy my sticks, buy my sticks, buy my sticks. I'll try to make the Facebook and the YouTube, and actually I have a nice plan for the YouTube. I'm just waiting on it. I commissioned this girl who's she's like a really good storyteller, and she knows a lot about nature, and she spends like a lot of time out and about, and you know, she's made about 20 or 30 videos for me for my YouTube channel. So I'm going to do a series with her. She said now she's just doing the final touches on the videos, so like probably maybe in the next 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully now for the St. Patrick's Day, I'll be posting this series with a girl called Molly, Irish Molly. And Molly is she's got a very nice calming voice, and she's going to be talking about you know, about the blackthorn, about the hazel, a bit about folklore, and a very good find like that I found her as well, and that I convinced her to make a few videos to me. I hope she does. Like I've she's making about 30, and if I can persuade her to make a few more, I can. But I know like she probably went over and aboard in terms of what she should do, and she's made them into really good videos. So hopefully they'll all come through in the next week or two, and there'll be some good content going up on my YouTube channel as well. Instagram is going strong. Wait, let me go back to Instagram there again, see if I have any questions. So let me go back. Let's see. Rowan Murphy says, do you have a favorite stick as well? The blackthorn is always my favorite stick because it's a pain in the butt to try to get it, and it's always stressful. Do you varnish? Oh, I got that. Let's see one of the questions as well. Okay. If you have any questions, guys, ask away. I'm here in Clorglan, County Kerry. You know, and I'll show you guys this 2 sticks in a while. I'll wait till a few more guys join. Steve Galley says, good evening, Francis. Good evening, Steve. How are things? Let's see. Hello, Will Forsyth. Hello. What is the average response from farmers when you approach them for permission to cut sticks? Usually, like, they kind of approach me, and it's usually through a friend of a friend referral. Like, cold calling to a farmer never works out pretty well, because they're like, who are you? What are you doing? And the biggest problem this year is that the farmers got a big grant, a big cash for cutting their hedges. So they got a load of these guys to go in and cut the hedges back and everything. And it just doesn't even make any sense. Like, so a lot of the farmers got about like 6,000 to 8,000 euro this year for cutting their hedges back, and they all got this nice little windfall. But like with farmers, like you have to be introduced to them, or that you have to have met them. So sometimes like I'd go to a vintage fair, or my dad is very good at like talking to all these old farmers and stuff, and he's better in it than me in terms of talking. And then he'll say, oh, my son does blackthorn, and then be, oh, sure, I have blackthorn on my thing. And they say, oh, will the son come up and have a look at it? And then it's usually done through an introduction, Will. So it's like I wouldn't recommend cold calling to a farmer and going, hi, I just want to cut your hedge, man. They'll cut you, or they'll shoot you or something if you're on their land. Farmers have shotguns, man. If I turn up, you know, hey, I want some blackthorn, man, they're just going to pull out a shotgun, man, and take my head off or something. So like you know, there's usually for me it's always through an introduction. Usually it's through meeting them, telling them what I do, and then they say, oh, I have some blackthorn on, man. Or sometimes like I might be loading up the car, or like unloading the car, and a guy's walking by and he just goes, oh, hey, you know, I actually have some blackthorn hedge, like I was thinking of cutting back. And mostly the farmers like are sounds, the ones that approach you, and they'll let you do it for free, but like for me, I always like pay people and stuff. Like if I'm going in cutting on a farmer's land, like I don't want him to think that I'm taking advantage or anything. So I usually pay €10 per stick that I usually take from a farmer, or from someone's land that I need permission to go on. So yeah, so for 10, if I can get a blackthorn stick that I can make a knob at the top, a one-piece stick, I usually give €10 per one of those, and that seems to be fair. So if I take 30 sticks, then I give the farmer like 300. If I take 50 sticks, I give the farmer 500. And if I take 100 sticks, which if you get a nice patch, that's very thing. You give the farmer 100, and he's happy. If he has a big hedge that he wants to cut away, and he's getting like 5 to 8,000, I'll offer him 10,000. I've offered landowners before like 10 and 15,000 euro, if they have the supply, to satisfy that as well. Even though I'm 5'3", 5'4", I'm a big boy in the stick game. I've gone a long way from being like a hobby stick maker, from a craft guy, or a guy that's like selling in the markets, or a guy who's like trying to sell illegal in Facebook and stuff like that. Be careful buying on Facebook. I must give a warning. There's loads of scammers, like non-stop scammers on those Facebook. So like, if you don't know the person you're buying from and you're not sure, don't buy from it. There's only three companies in Ireland. There's myself, there's Liam and Paddy. There's only the three of us really that do the Blackthorn, and that we have a physical location and a business and different things. No one else is really registered as a business, and your rights are not really there. So like there's a lot of scammers on Facebook that will use my pictures. They will use other stick maker pictures. And what they do then is, they always have ridiculous names too. They're quite obvious. But like, some fellas, they'll see a stick and they're very trusting of Irish people. But just like in the States and everywhere, like, an Irish guy will rip you off as quick as the next guy. Like, so you have to be careful. That's why it's good. You know me, my channel. I have a reputation. I've been doing this for quite a long time. You can research me and see that I've been doing this for years. You can watch the videos when I'm a bit younger, and I have less gray as well. But yeah, you do have to watch out with those boils. Sorry, I'm sucking a sweet. I like these. I like to suck these sweets sometimes, but I shouldn't have done it before my live stream. And Mary Miles says, enjoying the short videos. And Molly sounds fun. Yeah. She's she had this like little channel, and it never really took off. And I watched a few of her videos, and then she did like a live stream, and I joined it. And like, she's really good and she's really talented, but like she just doesn't have the audience, and it takes a while. Like, it's quite specific what she was doing. And I just said to her, look, how much you making per month trying all these different things? She said, not much. And I just said, look, I'll pay you, I'll commission you to do these videos to me, here's my price. And I paid her up front and said, look, away you go. And I'm kind of fair like that. I pay people fast, and I pay people up front, and usually you get a better outcome of them as well. Let's see. Farmers around here would not want anyone to cut down trees on their land. Yeah, like if it's trees and stuff. But like the blackthorn hedging, like sometimes blackthorn's a bit of a nuisance, and if the hedge is overgrown, like if you cut it back, the farmer's going to get like more land. Because it's coming across in different things, and it's quite tricky and annoying and dangerous to do with all the thorns and different things. So it's kind of like helpful to farmers when you go in and cut a good bit of it away, if they give you permission. And then if you explain to them that you'll do it in a way that you're not going to interfere with the hedge. You take a branch here, you walk a bit, take a branch here, walk a bit, take a branch. And if there's any place that's really important for keeping the barrier, you won't touch those things as well. And usually like they'll walk around with you, and like once they kind of understand what you're up to, that's why it's so important. Like, you need an introduction to a farmer. You can't just walk up to a guy and say, I'm going to cut your trees. They're just going to cut your head off. Like, and you just have to be as honest as possible. So if they know what you're about. But the best thing is like they do approach you sooner or later, and like farmers will approach you, and you get a few calls each year, and they're handing you like for about 50, 66 and stuff like that. Sometimes you get like a big farm of 200 acres or something like that, and you can go and cut like a load on it as well. So just look at the draw. Stephen Campbell says, greeting. It's my favorite Irishman beside W.B. Yeats. Yes, I am the poet of the Blackthorn world as well. There once was a man from, I don't know. I'm not really good at poems. Let's see. W.B. Yeats. Sailing to Byzantium is a W.B. Yeats play or poem, I think, as well. I know W.B. Yeats. He had this. He was the biggest simp for Maud Gonne, and he was in love with her. And then the filthy fecker, he went and married his daughter. And he was a weird lad. He was into abstinence and all these mad things as well. And him and his poet friends were doing like mad things. And they got into the occult and crazy things as well. That's all I really know of your man, W.B. Yeats. Let's see. Rich people own the mountains, they always do. And they are posted or coal companies all over the government. Yeah. You don't want the government involved in too many things as well. You don't want them taking over because they make the government in every country in the world make balls of everything. They just, they're just an elite bunch of lads that went to private school that don't really understand anything outside the cities. And when they try to regulate for country folk and they're from the cities, they have zero empathy and they don't really care. And they've never grew up in a rural country or a small town or anything. Like most of them are from, based around the cities, went to college in the cities, stayed around the cities, got involved in the political parties and moved their way up as well. They have less empathy for people and they're really doing it for their own kind of personal gain. That's my experience of politicians. Like most of them are doing it for what's the motivation to be a politician? Is it for the cash or is it to help people? Ding, 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 ding. Obviously for the cash. Like politicians in Ireland can come about $250,000 per year, no bother. They have unvouched expenses. They can claim travel expenses up to, 5,000-6,000 euro per month without even a receipt to say their travel expenses. Like, here's something about Irish politicians. Usually in the month of August, the Dáil, the government is like closed. And all the politicians go on holiday usually for 2 or 3 weeks. They're in Spain, they're in Tenerife, they're in Alicante, they're all in these places. Yet still in the month of August, if you look at their records, they claim full travel expenses for those months, even though the government is closed for the month of August, and even though there's all pictures and their social media of them on holidays and stuff. Like, come on, man. Were we born tomorrow? But like, I remember I called one guy out before and he was like not too happy about that. Let's see. If I sent you a good pair of thin leather gloves, would you use them to cut your sticks? Yeah, I would. I have small hands. See my hands, my small hands are. Oh my god, man. There's like only about 3 inches there, man. Wait, let's see. Let's see. My hand from I got tiny little baby hands, man. From here across to here is just over 3 inches, like, wait. Maybe you guys can see where. There's not much in that. So like the width of my hand is about like 8 centimeters, about 3.25 inch. So I have little small. Yeah, I'd wear them. Like I do have some gloves around the place. I'm always losing them as well. But yeah, I would use them if they fit me. Little small, extra small gloves. Hello from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hey Jim, all the way from Ireland. I hope you're enjoying the live stream. It's something I do once a week, just to give you guys, put a face to the name. Like you might have seen me online somewhere. You might have heard about me. You might have just been looking for a stick and found me, the stick guy, and you're like, who's this fella? So it gives you guys the opportunity to see who I am, and gives you a bit about my personality as well and what I'm about. And I'll show you some sticks now in a minute. I have a stick that I kind of want to show. Here, I'll show you some stick now. So let's see. I put this stick on about 10-15 minutes ago. This is a nice one. It's like 40 inches, and it's got a really, really kind of nice area. And wait, if I'm going to knock things over here, I stand back a bit. Wait. So here I got this stick. It's about 1.25 inches, and it goes down to maybe about 1.8 inches at the bottom as well. It's got really nice knuckles and bumps all throughout the sticks as well. It looks pretty cool. If you go to McCaffreyCrafts.com, I put it on there as well. This is one of my €180 sticks, so this one's good. The pictures don't do it justice. I don't know how it's coming on the screen here as well, but that's a really decent sized handle as well. Fill in very comfortably into your hand. So I have this stick on the site. This is one of these ones that is that's pretty rare to get it this straight. with all the nice bumps, and also you have a really kind of nice knob handle in them as well. All of this is made from one piece of wood. sometimes in life you'll see something that's perfect and you'll go, wow, that is perfect in every way. And like when you see something that's too good to be true, it's usually too good to be true. So be careful. If you see guys with loads of these amazing sticks, amazing one-piece sticks, just check to see if it's from one piece of wood. So usually the handle is attached to a piece of wood, and they are called two-piece sticks, which are less valuable than these type of sticks. These type of sticks are way more valuable. They're from one piece of blackthorn, and they're pretty good. I'm quite proud of the stick. It's on my website. I put it on my stick 5 minutes before I went live. So go to McCaffreyCrafts.com, McCaffreyCrafts.com, and you can check out my latest sticks. I put another 20 sticks up today. I'm going to try to get a load of sticks up this weekend because I got a few things that I got to sort out next week that's going to keep me busy. So like I'm going to put an abundance of sticks between now and say Monday up in the site. Garen, good afternoon. So the Brothers of the Blackthorn. How's my bro? How's Garen, man? Hope everything's all right with you as well. We have my good friend from Holland or from Netherlands, the Four-Arm King. Good evening, Francis, and to all as well. Good evening to you, Four-Arm King. I hope all is well. He's on Instagram, guys. Check him out. He has a YouTube channel too, and he does inspirational things. I was surprised when I found out your age. Will I say your age? Will I say it, man? Will I say it? Of course I will, man. Because men are not afraid of saying their age. We're not worried about our age. The Four-Arm King, he's a beast, man. He looks like, you know, if you went into an MMA cage with him, you would be afraid. Like he's this guy, and he's kept in shape and stuff. And he's 53 years old, man. 53, and you look like you're in your 30s still, man. You look like a beast. And that's the way to have it. Like, so 53 and still in great physical condition as well. American Nomad. Hello, Francis. The hiking stick arrived. Praise be the Lord. It arrived. It's always the best day in the world when your stick arrives. I always feel anxiety and pressure until the sticks arrive. Now I'm watching the tracking now. Like, oh, what's going? Severe weather. There was this like thing about a week or two ago where like all the sticks to the UK were delayed from severe weather, and man, all these UK guys were contacting me, going, "Where's my stick? It's no severe weather in the UK." But the thing is, like, it was to do with the sorting center. For some weird reason, I was thinking it was DHL or UPS. I can't remember. They were sending all the packages to the UK via Germany. They're going Ireland to Cologne, Cologne to the UK. I don't know why, man. They must have some sorting center there as well. Let's see. Good strong stick says Caradid Boar's Bowls as well. Boar Bowls. Are you South African? Let's see. Melman76 on Instagram says a greeting from Cologne. Wow, I was just talking about Cologne. We like your sticks as well. Very good. Very good. Cologne is. Are you not too far from Frankfurt? Because there's a direct flight from Frankfurt to actually Kerry as well. Let's see now. James, European Butch Torn grown wild in the Rochester area as well. Very good. I don't know what that type of thing is, but if it's hard, if you can make a stick out of it, go for it, James. Go for it, my man. Some farms out west are 300,000 or 30,000 acres. Native Americans don't want anyone in their land either as well. Yeah, like, you know, I wouldn't go where I'm not welcome. And you always got to be careful with going on land and different things as well. And see, James, I could never find that many sticks. I would have to buy lumber and round it off. Yeah, I do have a geographical advantage that I'm in a country that still has a lot of sticks and stuff. But it's getting tough, man, because like in the north of Ireland and the UK, for years they've cut back the hedges and everything now, and they're just kind of starting to do it a bit now more in Ireland. And I'm still all right, like, but I always have this fear and anxiety that I won't be able to find enough blackthorn each year. And then just at the end, like, I got 1 month left, and I still need more blackthorn. I never have enough. I'm never satisfied at the end of cutting season. I'm always like, if only I had 500 or 600 more or something like that as well. Let's see. Cardiad Boer Bull says, but the Boer Bulls are the South African dogs as well. Oh yeah, what kind of dogs are they? I must check them up as well. I've been to South Africa. I went to Cape Town, and then I went from Cape Town to Stellenbosch. Then I went from Stellenbosch to Oudtshoorn. Then I went from Oudtshoorn to Knysna. Then I went from Knysna, I think it was, I can't remember where. I think it was Mossel Bay, or maybe I went to Mossel Bay before Knysna. I think Oudtshoorn, Mossel Bay, maybe Mossel Bay, Knysna. I think I stopped in Plettenberg Bay. Then I went all the way to Port Elizabeth. And then there was like this cheap airline called Kulula Air. I don't know, is it still going? And then I got a Kulula Air flight back to Cape Town again. So yeah, I've been to South Africa. I've had the biltong, and I love the barbecue. I went to this. I always mix up. You see, I've been to Kenya and I've been to South Africa, and sometimes I guess I get mixed up between the two. I think it was a restaurant called Carnivores, or I can't remember. I think it was called Carnivores. I went to this restaurant in Stellenbosch, and they had like oh, 1 second now. They had crocodile meat there, and they had springbok meat. They had udu meat as well, and it was pretty good. Like, so I was pretty happy. I was pretty happy with that. But I like the food in South Africa, and I like the booze. I liked the wine. I had a pretty good time there as well. And all I know to say is like have a lekker day, something like that. But yeah, I've had a few Italian South African friends, a few German South African friends, few African guys, and all big rugby fans. I wasn't into rugby, so I just pretended like I just and stuff as well. It's a very good pronunciation, by the way. Thanks. Big Mastiff Boer dogs. That's pretty good. Like, you want a big dog. I got a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. They're like medium size as well. And but I'd like a big dog. Even though I'm a small guy, man, I'd love to have the two dogs or something like that. I actually like Rottweilers as well. But like, I wasn't allowed to get one. I wanted one. But I do like dogs as well. Let's see. And Mary Miles says a nice stick for a big guy. Yeah, it's at 40 inches, man. If you were like a 6'4" to 6'7", 8", even up to 6'9", you'd be fine with this stick, and big hand as well. It's a nice stick. It's a pretty good stick. It's on my website right now. Go to McCaffreyCrafts.com. This stick will probably be sold within 2 days or a day or two. It depends. Like, it's a nice stick, but the pictures on it just look. It's better than the pictures. Like, I don't know. I just get the angle right on it as well. But like, it's way better in person than in the pictures. That's a beautiful six. Yeah, thanks you, John. Appreciate that. Thanks for the kind words. Let's see. James says, in America there would be a hedge machine that would grind the hedge to sawdust as well. No, that's like the worst thing ever for a stick maker, man. If someone just goes in and destroys a hedge, like I literally cry, man. I'm like, they're just burning off money. Like, you could contact a stick maker or a stick guy and say, look, I have this hedge, I'm going to destroy it. Do you want to go in there first, pick out what you want, and then the stick guy will throw him a bit of cash, and they just need to be more comfortable with that as well. Jim Mooney, back to work for me. I'll be checking on the website one of these days, and have a nice weekend. Very good, Jim, my man. You know where to find me, McCaffreyCrafts.com. The website's open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Year after year, it's there. So you can go and check out McCaffreyCrafts.com and check out the latest sticks I have. I'm always updating. I'm always trying on new sticks as well. Come back every few days or every week and you see something new in this as well. Stephen Campbell says, let's see now. I spent an hour at Shannon Airport. I went outside for 5 minutes, and nice place you got there. Shannon's a nice area. If you get away, and Shannon Airport's not bad. It's not too busy as well. Not like Dublin, man. Dublin Airport is so annoying to go through, for me anyway. Let's see, on Instagram, Doug and Flint says, what would you guess the percentage of stick sales from internet as opposed to walk into a shop? Do you haggle at the shop? I never haggle, man. Like, if someone wants to haggle with me, like, I'll say, all right, buy 2 sticks and I'll give you a free book or something like that, or different things. My prices, man, are cheap. And for what goes into these sticks, Doug, he's over on Instagram as well. you know, I don't haggle, I don't discount. I like, this is the price that I think is fair. I'm very fair with prices. I didn't raise my prices when everyone else was, and when when the shipping prices got insane and are still insane, and all the shipping companies put up their prices, like I built I built the shipping cost into the price of stick, you know, and I keep it things. So like I'm like all craft person as well, like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, asking me to lower the price on my craft is and for any craft person, that's kind of like a no-go area. It's definitely it can come across as quite insulting because the craft person works his ass off. This is very dangerous work as well. I'm at risk to septicemia, blood poisoning, getting poisoned from the blackthorn. I get injuries every year. My two shoulders are kind of screwed now. Might need to get something done to my left shoulder, and I might need to have an operation thing. So like, oh, you know, like, there's so much involved in it as well, and you literally give your body as a sacrifice to being a stick maker. And over the years, you know, you just get worn down and different things as well. So like, you know, if someone comes in and like, I had a guy today. I said he wanted a 60% discount on my sticks. He said, I'm for a wedding and I'm a groomsman. I want to buy a few sticks, and you know, he offered me $50 per stick. You know, $50, my man, you know, for all that I go through for making these sticks as well. You know, I was like, come on, my man, like offering me $50 for a stick, and for, you see, the thing about a blackthorn is very difficult to get. It's very dangerous to get. It takes about 2 to 3 years to season the wood, so it takes quite a long time. It's not like any cheap old piece of wood or any common piece of wood that you can season in like 9 months and that's readily available in quantity. You go to your hardware store, you get a plank and cut a shape out in it and call it a walking stick. Like, come on, like, you know, those things are cheap. They're very cheap to make and to manufacture. Like, blackthorn wood is a hard wood to find. It's a very dense wood as well. Has connection to Ireland. It's got a great history around it. It's associated with weaponry as well as being a fantastic walking aid. You can support a good bit of weight on these sticks, as this one here, you know, for it as well. So I think it's like, never. My advice is never ask a craftsman for a discount. Like, if you're talking to like a big company, if you're at a craft fair and like people are selling at a craft fair, you can try to haggle and different things as well. But like, if you really respect the craftsperson, do not ask. Like, if I go, like, if you're buying in quantity, you could perhaps ask to say, look, if I buy like two of these, you know, can you do something on the shipping, or can you combine the shipping? Or if I buy a few of these, like, if you ever want to kind of like make it feel a bit better for the craft person and you do want some discount, is buy a few sticks, buy 3 or 4 sticks, and say, look, if I buy 3 or 4 sticks here, you know, is there anything else you can do? And I'll say, okay, I'll throw a striker stick in or something like that as well. But like, you know, when you're just off the bat, you know, I want your stick for half price, no way, my man, no way. Like, no way with any craft person. So if you support Irish crafts, if you support a craft person, if you support a guy who's like literally trying to keep this tradition alive, keep my family business going as well, don't don't ask for discounts as well. Any craft person out there, my man, they know it. They mightn't say it publicly. They mightn't say it publicly, but if you get asked for a discount, you know that Incredible Hulk from the 70s, Lou Ferrigno, Bruce Banner, like, if you ask a craft person, for a discount, he will turn into the Hulk. So I'm educating you guys on that as well. Let's see. Will Forrester says, a bottle of whiskey and a nicely done stick might get your foot in the door. If that fails, we'll have to resort to going down the blackmail route. Are you still talking about talking with the farmers as well? Yeah, like, most farmers don't drink. Like, lots of farmers I know, they're not, because like they have to be up early and stuff. Maybe at the weekend or functions and social things. But like, farmers I know, they're not really big drinkers around here. The ones that I've spoke to that about blackthorn, everyone I've talked about, I don't think they'd appreciate a bottle of whiskey and stuff. Like, they like food, they like food and things like that. Their wives are always offering me jam and apple tarts. Like, when you go to a farm and like you're cutting blackthorn and stuff, they'll always invite you in for a cup of tea and to have something. You can never say no. If in Irish culture, if like someone invites you in for a cup of tea and biscuits, you can't say no. You have to do it. And they'll throw out a load of biscuits and stuff. If you're on a diet, you're on sugar free, you have to keep your mouth shut. You eat what's put in front of you. If they give you a chocolate bun, you eat it, you smile. Thanks very much. That's perfect. It's great. Oh, this cup of tea hit the spot. Even if you don't like the tea, you don't like the bun, you get it done. You have to. The things I do, man, to sacrifice for getting the blackthorn. Wayne Haley says, "Hi Francis, just wondering, do you get many sticks per season which aren't usable?" Well, you don't want to cut sticks that you can't use. But like, I think what you're probably saying is like, do they not last the seasoning process? About maybe 5 to 10% of what you cut, there's usually going to be some issues with at the end of the 2 to 3 years of seasoning. Some might have some rottenness, some might have some woodworm in it, some might have a few other problems and different things as well. It depends. Sometimes you can work the cracks into the design because the cracks only go so far, or they'll hit to where the nut is. And if you've seasoned it long enough and the crack is not going to run anywhere, has no place to run, its hit is kind of like its center, and then you can kind of like, you can kind of work the crack into the design. But like, you usually about 5 to 10% won't last the 2 to 3 years. Funeral Friend 45 says hello, how are things with you? I hope everything is good. Hi from Oregon as well. Okay, very good. William McCarty says, top man Francis, recently have found an interest in stick making. Great to currently reconnect with Irish identity, watching from the Rebel City, Cork. He's a Cork boy. How are things, my man? I remember like I had some people on the live stream about a year ago, and there's some guy annoying me, and you might appreciate this, William, being a McCarthy from Cork. And like I was teaching about this new Cork word that only Cork people understand, and it was the word langer. And I was just telling him, like, are you a langer? Do you know what a langer is? So like, it's a bit of Cork slang as well, but you got to use it like carefully. But you'd appreciate that, William, if you're from Cork, the Rebel County. What's the light flashing on the stick? What's the light flashing? It's this one over here. I need to change the bulb. I think it's this light over here is flashing. You see it? So like, I don't really need that. So look, you see up in this corner here, that's the light flashing. I need to change the bulb. It's obviously gone. And I don't use, like, I don't really need lighting up the top of the front. There's only one bulb there. So I just need to replace that as well. It's just part of the effects, man. It's just part of the production, Steve. It's like the flashing light gives you the impression you're in like a nightclub or something like that, perhaps. Okay, let's see now. We will have a look. So we have Anthony, Anonymous says, price higher and always discount gives the customer the illusion of a bargain and will be back. I sell mostly to men, and like, that type of strategy works better like on women usually, where you have a big price, 50% discount works. And like, I'm not in the business of like selling clothes which are going out of season and giving discounts and stuff. This is a heritage part of Ireland. It holds its values. It's an appreciating asset. It's a store of value that you invest in. It goes up in value like the longer you hold it as well. And blackthorn is something that's very different. It's not like giving discounts and giving the customers the illusion of the bargains. Like, I just am straight with customers. Like, here's the price. Here's what I think it's worth. Here is the amount of work and time and effort that goes into it. This wood is quite a difficult wood to get, and it's been more or less the same kind of price range between $100 to $150. Like, all blackthorn is always kind of in that range. If a good one, blackthorn might go up to $180 or $200 or something like that. The cheapest blackthorns you'll find are always going to be around the $100 mark, something along those lines. Ben says, thank you for your cultural lesson. Not a bother, my man. Francis, yes, also it's not fair to craftsmen to try to ask them for discounts just because someone doesn't want to pay full price for a quantity project that comes out of your blood, sweat and tears, as well as time. Well, here's the thing, is like, if you can't afford the stick, save up for it. Like, it's $100. Like, you can save that, man. Save $50 a week. Stop going drinking, or stop gambling, or stop going to your local strip club, or stop sending money online to girls or something like that. Stop. If you just cut out some shut out your expenses. Like, we're not buying a Ferrari. It's a walking stick. And like, $150 for a walking stick. It is a higher price walking stick, for the reason is the wood, the commodity. Like, there's a reason why gold is priced you know, $2,000. I can't remember what else. And silver is like at, you know, 25 an ounce or something like that. They're two different materials as well, and to do with rarity. So like the commodity of the wood is quite rare. There's a danger aspect to harvesting it, to seasoning it, and you know, the seasoning process takes a few years as well. So it increases the value of it as well. So the thing is, you know, when these guys are like, you know, are saying they can't afford it and stuff, that's perfectly fine. Like, you know, that's the reality of life. Like sometimes I want to buy a nice pair of shoes or boots. I mightn't be able to afford it, and then I save up, or I get it for Christmas present, or different things. But like, you know, it's not like it's for even for like people on the minimum wage, and you know, they have all their expenses and different things. Like, you know, they could save up in a few weeks, and different things as well. But look, that's the reality of life. Like, if you want something that you work hard for it, and when you get it, you appreciate it even more because you worked, you earned it, you earned to get what you really want, and you have that more of connection. And like, there has to be struggles in life. You have to overcome things. Like, you can't have everything so easy. Like, oh, I only have $100 in me. Give me it for $100 now. I'm like, no, it's $150. No, I want it for $100. This is all I have. Well, next week you might have 150, you know, or something like that. Just because, you know, you ask for something, like, I can kind of do something on the shipping, or I can combine shipping, or I can put an extra swagger stick or something in for free, or something like that, which I don't mind to do as well. But like, yeah, it's one of those things. I've given you guys, look, you guys in the community, the truth. That's from the perspective of a crafts person of what they think to do with discounts. But in fairness, I think my prices are pretty good. You know, once you know and understand like what works goes into it as well. A good one piece is a thing of beauty that will be gone before tomorrow as well. Yeah, probably. It's pretty nice stick as well. This one here as well. I think it's a really nice stick. The knuckles and the bumps in it are pretty good, and the finish kind of came out really nice on it as well. Um, Peter Cummings, Jesus Francis, you must be cold as well. No, like Peter, I just did this just to get attention as well. And you know, sometimes, you know, if you look a bit, you know, little things like say for example, you're flicking through your devices, and you see this guy with his hood on holding a stick. You're going to stop for a few seconds, maybe check me out, find out a bit who I am as well. So it's just the art of trying to get attention on yourself. So, you know, different things as well. I can take it off and I can do things, but you know, sometimes it's good just to do little things like this to do. If you don't change it, a 70s disco could break out as well. Yeah, my man. Boney M, get your John Travolta stuff as well. That's about it. Something like that. Wait, I think I've lost my connection. Oh wait, I'm back again. But anyway, the last thing you guys want to see me doing is my little 1970s dances. But yeah, I remember once I went to Scotland for a stag weekend, and I wore a 1970s outfit as part of the stag weekend, and I got I got a lot of female attention. It was really good weekend as well. Say no more. That's one of those it's one of those weekends that every young man enjoys. Let's see. Ben Hopper says, I'm also here to say Francis' work is worth what he's asking for it as well. Is it some knocking at the door? Oh, it's just next door. Well, like, yeah, like it's you know, as a crafts person, like you have to stand behind your work, and you have to kind of like know, like, you know, what's involved. And it's like, the thing is, if you're getting a Ferrari for $100, you're like, that's a pretty good deal. That's good. But if someone's like 500,000 for a Ferrari, you're like, oh, it's only worth 100,000. So like, once you understand it's the wood which makes it more of a mid-range to upper mid-range price stick. That's where a blackthorn stick is. If you want, like, there's a certain scale. If you want the cheapest bottom type of stick, it's usually like the plastic sticks, you know, the ones that are made in China and different things as well. When you get to hand make sticks, the cheapest ones to manufacture are the ones that are just cut out from planks of wood, and they're usually quite thin and narrow, and they have like derby type handles as well. Those ones are pretty cheap to manufacture, or sometimes they just stick a derby handle onto you know, a straight little piece of wood or something like that. And there's the kind of cheapest ones. And then as you go up the scale, it's like the 2-piece sticks. They used to be the cheapest, man. But if someone doesn't know they're buying a 2-piece stick, like they go for quite big, man. Um, but yeah, so this would be like more of kind of mid range. Like the upper range would be about $300 to $800. Like when if you want like a really premium stick, but I kind of not in that premium over the top type of thing. I make rustic sticks, mid range price sticks. The Blackthorn is actually only a mid range price sticks. Like the premium ones are about $300 to $600, and I've seen sticks are about $800 at the top. So that's the thing. Like the cheap sticks are always under like $50. If you want like a handmade stick, they usually start from about like $80 to $120. If you're looking for a Blackthorn, it's usually about $100 to $150, $160 type of things. If something's been nice, maybe $180, something like that's the kind of price range they've been at for years now. Let's see now. My dad, Frank. Hello, William. I knew a painter with your name when I lived in Cork. He lived near the lock as well. My dad knows everyone. Like, is there anyone my dad doesn't know? Let's see now. Let's see. We'll see if anyone else. So we have Ray McKnight says, I'm sorry, if you're watching me on Instagram, I'm also on Facebook and I'm also on YouTube, and I'm reading comments from different platforms, so I can't bring up every comment from every platform. So here we have Ray McKnight let's see now. I'm so glad you have added more sticks to the page. I'm still about a week away from ordering on. Sad that one I had my eye on is no longer available. I'll be sure to look at all of them just before I order. As a craft person myself, agree with you, setting your value and work and standing on it. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you never want to be a race to the bottom. No matter what's like the thing about a Blackthorn walking stick is they're recession proof. It's a necessity. The demand is like always the same each year from as well. And no one can really get the quantity of the wood to kind of make them, just myself and maybe one or two others. But yeah, your chestnut sticks look really nice. They do, man. My chestnut ones are pretty good. I have about only 10 of them. I have more done. I should put them on the site. I keep delaying things. I should get them up. Let's see. Squishy Look says, what are you putting on the stick to get this nice shine? Thanks and greetings from Luxembourg. Usually I put a kind of gloss finish on that as well. With my blood, my sweat, and my tears. So that's what I kind of put into it as well. Let's see. Cardia Bowl says, the quality of your products are very fairly priced. I have a serious back industry. I can go further in your stick, and I have more confidence in having a nice stick as well. Yeah, like, you know, guys will buy what they like and they see the value in it, and you know, it's pretty good as well. Let's see now. Let's see. We'll have a few others there as well. See, Steve K. When will you get the rowan tree back in? I might get them like back soon enough. Like, I'm not really too sure how I'm going to get them. I got like, I think I have about like 60 of them, but like they're seasoning at the moment, so probably another year away or something like that as well. Tim says hello, Frank. That's good. And then Frank says hello to Tim McCarran as well. So I think we're caught up in the comments as well. Let's see. I have this Langer from Roscommon on my Instagram as well. Someone who said that I wasn't even based in Kerry, that runs a really sad, pathetic Facebook group. And this loser, man, he's on my Instagram as well. But oh, God love him as well. Let's see now as well. Yeah, like I've seen this dude before, man. He's posted some comments, but I'm glad he's enjoying my live stream as well. Let's see now. I'm catching up on all these comments. Let me scroll through all of them. Let's see. Solid fighting sticks for sure. They are indeed as well, man. They are very, very nice sticks as well. They're good for walking aids primarily, and good for all of those different things as well. So it's always something that you should be you know, wary of when you go out for your different walks. That it's good to have a hard piece of wood in your hand, something that you can hold for protection. Like you know, you are holding a stick. It's made from a dense, heavy wood as well. It's a good, really strong as well. So if you do have some different things as well, it's very good to have, you know, something that is quite strong and something that you can kind of like, you know, use yourself pretty well. And Yeah, and as I said, like this, so the plan for this weekend is that's correct, Grant, and right, okay. So this weekend I'm going to be uploading more sticks. I'm going to be like they're mostly kind of knob sticks because they're the ones that kind of sell the most. I do these kind of like fancier ones with like their different designs, and sometimes I put a bit of color in them and different things as well. Let's see now. Hello, Franks. It's long process, 10 years to grow, 2 3 years to season. Yeah. I think it's about 15 years to grow, but there was this woman called Diane who did it in Canada, and like she managed to get one stick out of it in about 10 years, but she was like fertilizing it and different things as well. But in the wild, it usually like if you're growing it from, and then the thing is like if you try to grow a blackthorn, like you have to kind of hide it from the light so that it grows kind of straight. It's really an awkward one to grow because it grows like left and right and like an S and everywhere as well. So it's like really annoying to kind of like to try to do that as well. And see, Dad says, yes, Tim, your Tyrone area has lots of this name as well. Yes. If you were to paint, or sorry, if you were to plant commercially, it's a long time to reap any rewards. Yeah, I've looked at commercially doing it like several times as well. Looked at buying land with some blackthorn hedges and different things, and it's just there's still enough wood and hedges like out there and stuff. It's really hard business model. That's what keeps the price of blackthorn high as well. There's never a big quantity of it out there. If you're doing it commercially as well, it's pretty hard because of the way the blackthorn grows. Like you don't get a walking stick out of every bush. Now, even if you're trying to hide it from the light, not every stick is going to be, long or straight or a thing you can bend. So it's very kind of awkward that it grows like left and right, and it'll grow for like maybe 30 inches this way, and then it'll change direction, and it'll change direction again. And sometimes, like if it's really shielded by it, and there's a little bit of light up there, it'll kind of like go up, and it's a bit more straight like that in the center of the bush. My dad says hello to Mary. Tell Aaron hello as always. I do indeed. Anyway, my ritual is always the same. I just come home with takeaway for the kids, give them something to eat. They smell the French fries and the fish and chips. Usually I get, or sometimes I get a pizza from Peter's. I get my fish and chips from was it Quinlan's, and your man Purcell is in Quinlan's now, and he's very good man. He's like he cooks pretty well. Fast service out there as well. He's gives nice portion sizes as well, and I've gone to him now the last few Fridays, and he's the main guy in there doing the cooking and sorting things out, and he's a nice guy. Then Peter from Peters in Killorglin. I know that guy since I had a business next to him in 2010, 2011. I had my craft and my web design company there next to him as well. I've known him now for probably the past 14 years. Polish guy who came into Killorglin back 15 years ago and worked hard and built a business, built a brand, and he runs Peters in Killorglin, which is pretty good. So that's about it. See, the thing is, there's a lot of businesses that are closing down at the moment, and all this talk about, oh, it's not their fault, it's not this, but like at the end of the day, if you have a business model and you prepare and you manage your cash flow, you manage your costs, businesses can survive tough times as well. And then what happens is, like, say for example, there's like 5 restaurants in an area, and 3 of them close down, and there's 2 that survive and go left. Then that means that there's more customers for 2 restaurants. Before, they were splitting their customers between 5 restaurants. They've closed now. So what happens usually in, like, when all these businesses close around them, and you can just keep it going and survive. And you're in a business that there's cycles and cycles and cycles. And if you prepare for these cycles and you save up your cash, you get rid of yourself out of debt, you manage your bills, and you manage your workforce. And if you do that, it can kind of work well. So, like, when a lot of businesses close down around you, sometimes there's an opportunity, if you're an existing business, to get a few more customers. And usually, like the business model with restaurants and stuff, you need the deals, you need the offers, you need running events. You have to have something new each week, something new every month. And I think the businesses that I've seen survive like recessions and different things, like that's how they do it as well. Steve says aerosol fish and chips are treasures. Well, they are. It's my bad habit. But once a week, every now and again, I eat food I probably shouldn't. But then I work hard as well. Hey, Francis, is that cold in your studio as well? Yeah, it is, because I didn't turn on the heater, and I kept it cold, and my shop is pretty cold inside. And I thought it'd just make for a good video. I thought it'd make for a good video too. That like I'm here, you know, I look pretty cold and have hooded up and stuff as well. Bill Mash says that your sticks are worth every penny. Fantastic craftsmanship. Very good. Let's see. Steve K says, I've owned my business now for 8 years. Not an easy thing, especially in this day and age. Yes, Steve. It's like basically a recession is like a shake-up. And like there's guys that in the good times, everyone can make money. When things get a bit tough, the real business guys excel. And like they're the guys that excel and survive in the tough times. And in the good times, man, they really take off. And different things as well. And like the thing is, Steve, you're in business about 8 years. So like what's 2024? So from 2016 to 2024, you know, I don't think there's really been a real tough time. I think the last tough time for businesses was maybe about 2008 to 2012. Then from about 2014, things have been pretty good. So like you're coming into the cycle. So as a business, what should you do? Be out of debt. Don't have loans, man. Do not be putting things on your credit card. Get rid of all your loans and business, and make sure you have a long-term contract if you're renting a place as well. And kind of like, you look for ways to kind of, to focus on a changing market. Like you have to change, you have to do different things as well. Like I have all different sticks. Like I have sticks for €100. If people want something cheaper, I have sticks for €140. I have smaller sticks. I try to have something for everyone as well. Looking cold indeed. I like the stick in your right hand. A big one suited for my forearm as well. It is indeed, my man. This is a good stick. This has your name in it. Come on, come get it, man. Come get it. Look, it's calling to you. It's captured your eye. The little glistening onto it as well. You've kind of got it. The flicker against it. It's calling for you. It's got your name in it. But yeah, you're coming back from Dubai or someplace, so you're going to be pretty warm. But yeah, it's cold enough in here. Sometimes I save costs by not turning on the heat in my shop. If I have no one in here and I'm freezing and I'm cold, I just put on a coat and I work away and build up a sweat. I don't like turning on the heat because it costs money. And so I'm always looking of ways to save money and to do different things as well. And I agree. Sold. Go for it, man. It's on my website. Quick, before someone else gets it. Go to McCaffreyCrafts.com. It's the very first stick at the top. You'll see it there as well. It's a lovely stick. Something that you'll really like as well. And yeah, like if you're in business, now is I am actually getting pretty bit hot. But if you're in business, now is the time that the men are separated from the boys. Like it's going to be a tough time. So you have to be more active. You have to be more vocal on social media. You have to do collaborations. You have to look for alternative ways and revenue streams. You focus on your revenue streams that are like, you should never just be reliant on one type of customer. You should have, so you see, with me in the Blackthorn business, if you guys want to know a little bit about business, I operate in several countries. I have all my UK customers. I have my US customers. I have my Canadian customers as well. I have my customers in Singapore. I have my customers in Italy. I have a few customers in Spain. I have my Germany customers as well. I have a few in Scandinavia. So I have my customers all over. I have a few customer sites and bases in Australia that give me regular things as well. So my target market isn't like a small geographical area. It's the world. Okay. And I target predominantly men who are predominantly the ages of maybe like 45, 50 to about 70 or 80 as well. And we are going into an aging population. And sadly, obesity is a thing where people do eat a lot of food, and then it puts a bit of pressure on their legs. And then if you're quite a tall guy and you've enjoyed eating over the years, and you might have, enjoyed eating a little bit too much, had a snack here, a snack there, and the compounding effect of snacking, especially late, it just adds up as well. We work out the papers. We work out the papers done. It's on the website, because someone might snipe you and get it like it's live at the moment. Good evening, Francis. How are things with you? 2024 is going to be a crazy ride in the States. Brace for impact. Here is my prediction on the States. Now, it's an election year. So usually, what do people want? They want votes. So usually on election year, there's a moment where things start to improve. My man Biden will be like, oh, the economy is good. We're doing this, we're doing that, we're helping people. If Trump comes in, he'll be like, yeah, we'll get the economy going, we'll give discounts, we'll do this. So usually now an election, I know everyone's saying is about going to be a crazy ride and brace for impact. But if you look back at other election years and stuff, it's not too bad for businesses. Things kind of improve. There's a little bubble. It's usually about like 6 months or a year later after the elections where things start to go wrong. You can only kick the can down the road or kick the bucket down the road so many times before. I can't find that particular one. Wait, I'll check. Is it still there, man? 1 second now. McCaffreyCrafts.com. Go to walking sticks. Yeah, it's the first one there, the 40-inch. It's on my website. Here, I'll just turn the camera there. It's that one there, man. Wait, where's my... That's the stick. It's 180, 40-inch. It's on my website. It's still live, still there. It's the very first stick at, if you go to, where is it? Walking sticks, into here. And it's the very first stick there, that one. That's it. So there it is. You click into that stick. And there you have it. 40-inch, handmade in Ireland. That's the one. So you can go there and get it right now. Let's see. How do you calculate your labor costs into making a stick? Ian Dan Joe. If I had to do that, man, the sticks would be like way more. Like if I actually did the calculation of labor costs into making a sticks, it's like crazy. Like you have to constantly be moving from task to tasks as well. Like, these sticks probably, if you think about it, like it takes 2 to 3 years to season it. You have to go out and cut it. You have to bring it back. You have to seal it, and you have to season it. You have to prepare it. You have to clean the wood. You have to take a wire brush. You have to like sand it down. You have to rasp the handle. You have to like finish it. You have to like there's a lot of labor involved, man. It's a lot of labor, and if I did it that calculation, no one would buy the stick. It'd be €500 per stick. Let's see. Steve Parr says, loving. Let's see. You're saying, 1 second now. Let's see if there's anything on Instagram. I haven't checked the comments for a while. Okay. Loving my new hazel walking stick that arrived here in Cairns, Queensland, Australia last week. Beautifully crafted and a pleasure to use. Thanks, mate. Oh, Steve, man, that's a pleasure. I love hearing the positive comments, especially when someone appreciates my work and it's very useful to them, and it's building memories as well. A long may it have. Those hazels look really nice. They do, my man. They are good. The hazels are a thing of beauty. I'm only pushing them here on the live streams. I should start advertising, man. I need to get my act together. I think for the past week, I've just been focusing on trying to get my shop ready. That for the next 2 weeks or something like that, I have some other stuff that I need to kind of focus on just outside of the Blackstorm business. I still like be coming in and checking and making sure different things as well. But I have a busy 2 weeks ahead of me, so I'm trying to like put a load of sticks on this weekend. Hopefully there'll be enough sticks to go through the 2 weeks. Let's see. What is the feeling in Ireland towards conscription for civilians if war was to break out with Russia? Yeah, no one would like conscription in Ireland. Irish lads would not. But like, here's the thing: is like if hypothetically speaking, Russia like came in and invaded Ireland, how would I feel? What would I do? I would have no problem taking up arms and fighting against them. Honestly, like I had this discussion with my brother-in-law too, as well. Is that if I feel, it's to do with your conflict as well. Like if something, it's unlikely, but if someone came into Ireland, and we're doing things as well, as a local man, you're kind of you're going to defend your space. You're going to defend it as well. A bit of guerrilla warfare, hit and run type of things. I'd be that kind of guy as well. I'd be the guy just sniping out or ambushing or something like that. I wouldn't be like running in the front lines or different things as well. But but yeah, man, like it's war is horrible, is terrible, and when you have a wife and kids, your first feeling is like, to protect them and get them out and to do different things as well. It's one of those things. It's very hard questions because again, it's a very nuanced topic of like, but I know the majority of Irish people like conscription, where you're forced to like, into the army. Irish people don't like to be forced to anything. Like, have you ever been in an Irish pub and it's closing time and they flick the lights on and off? They say it's last orders, last orders. Irish guys, they want to leave. They don't want to do anything as well. So it's the same kind of things. And Melman76 on Instagram says, "Have a nice weekend. It's time for a beer." I appreciate that as well, Melman. Very good. Ian Danjo says, "Thanks for the info. Headed to Ireland in August. I'm hoping to make it to your shop." Very good. I see you then, man. Usually in August, like during Puck Fair, which is the 10th, 11th, and 12th, I usually close for a few days. The AR-15 Americans rifle as well. Look, controversial take. I think there's nothing wrong with owning a gun. I think if you do the right, if you fill out the right forms, do the right things, you're responsible. You do the training as well. I think there's nothing wrong with having a weapon in the house for protection and different things as well. That'd be my own kind of personal thing as well. I don't know if everyone will agree with that. Of course, when tragedies happens, I have great sympathy for the families and for different things as well. But I think bad people with bad intentions will always find a way to do something horrible. And if they're using, whether it's a gun, whether it's a knife, whether it's a club, whether it's a car or a vehicle, whether they use the plane, or some people are just like that. But I think I'd love to. My son's 15 now. I wish I could take him shooting. I wish I could teach him about guns, bring him to a gun range, sign him up for lessons, learning about gun safety. I'd love him to be training how to take guns apart, clean them, and gun maintenance as well. I think it's quite important, and it's that's just my personal kind of like take on where I stand on the gun issue as well. I honestly think there's nothing wrong with it. I think that I have a knife in my home. The kids aren't running to get it as well. It's kept in a safe location as well. I have these sticks around the house, and once you educate your kids and stuff, I think that a lot of issues with people with weaponry and stuff as well has maybe with a lot of mental health issues and things that do need attention. And I think there is definitely a need for more help on the mental health side of things as well for people that genuinely need it, and people with with proper clinical diagnosis, as not opposed to someone who's feeling something or different things. I'm one for more clinical diagnosis, and I wish there was more doctors to out there, and the focus was more on recruitment of doctors. Like, every country needs more healthcare professionals. Population has gone up. There's a lot more people out there. We need a lot more doctors and stuff as well. Steve Case as well said, appreciate that. Forearm King, thanks for that. Help sold, very good. Thanks, my man. I appreciate that. That's good. Come to Oregon for a couple of weeks. You'll get you guys tune up ammunitions on me, Steve, my man. I actually might. I have a word myself, but I can't do it this summer because I have my I'm sending my son to get beat up in Thailand again. I sent my son last year, and I signed him up to go to a Thai gym to learn Thai boxing because he was like, he was a bit soft, I felt, and he got beat up pretty bad in the Thai gym, but it really helped him, and he was really good this year, and he was really focused. And I know, like, everyone was giving out to me at the time that, why did you do that? You send your son, he was such a nice guy and stuff. But I sent him to learn kickboxing, and he had no experience and stuff. And these little kids younger than him were hitting him and different things as well. And it was pretty good. So you're now holding my stick right now. That sounds weird. Jesus, man, with your giant forearms as well. Don't go there, man. Don't go there, man. Any luck with my stick? I don't know. You can DM me as well. I think you're looking for a particular type of stick, a big one or something like that. I remember. I don't have the details. I don't make stick for custom orders, Anthony. I make sticks based on the wood that I pull out each week as well. And hopefully, look, you know, I post big, heavy sticks the whole time. I posted this stick, it's just gone. You do have to be quick in a draw for the ones that are highly sought after. Mary Miles is laughing. Another man holding your stick as well. lads, we'll keep this. We'll keep this civil, guys. We'll kill them. You know, the guy. How did you develop those forearms? You know, there's a question to be answered as well. Is it a stick or a shillelagh? It's, you know, it's the same thing as well. A stick is a shillelagh. A shillelagh is, you know, a stick that is made from Ireland, predominantly, usually with kind of like knob stick. It's used interchangeably to describe the walking sticks as well as the smaller sticks. To an Irish person, a shillelagh is a smaller stick. Sometimes to an Irish person, it's more like a hammer, where it looks like a T shape or something like that. That's like one of the age-old debates in a pub, you know, about it. What is it, and different things. But it's a stick. You know, that's all I'll say. Okay, guys, I've gone over my time here. I got to go and feed my lovely children. And as always, thank you for watching the live stream. I hope you got an idea as well about who I am, and different things as well. Do you make woolen mallets? I don't really. I just kind of stick with the walking aids and the walking sticks. BJJ or judo for your son. You're a good dad for trying to teach your son these lessons. Weak men don't go far. Exactly. I had a quick talk. I had a chat with my dad today in the car. We were driving up. We were driving up somewhere, and we're talking about weak men. And like, you know, we're talking about, you know, a lot of guys nowadays, they just stay home, they play video games, they complain over the littlest things. It's so hard to get like a plumber, electrician, or a guy to fix my door, fix my window. And it's like, and like anytime anything hard, they just want to quit straight away. And like, it's just, and I see with a lot of younger guys as well. Like, you know, there's a guy that's talking to, and he's having trouble at college, and he just wanted to quit it straight away. And it's like the first time of trouble, he just wanted to quit straight away. And you know, I think there's a lot of weak guys out at the moment. I can see it in the generation like this below me and stuff. And you know, you got to get tough. I think, like, you know, with my son, like, you know, he's not an athlete, he's not like a sports guy as well, but the idea of getting beat up by younger kids, I think it humbled him. And like, he knew how to throw a punch. Like, he came back, and I think what I left him do a little bit of sparring with me, and he threw a few punches and stuff, and he kind of rattled me a little bit, and he caught me with one thing. And like, I think he felt really good then, because like, you know, because like sometimes you know, as if dad, I would like fight with my son, but like teaching him like some fighting techniques and different things as well, and like trying to get him to defend himself. And he's, oh, don't touch me for years. But now he's got a few combinations, and like he's got a few like moves that can take me. So he kind of like, you know, got that, hey, I'm starting to become a man now. I might be able to take my dad soon, which I don't mind as well. Like, you know, it's none of those things. You know, I think it's good as well that he has some rivalry with me. He wants to, like, you know, do a bit better than me. He wants to beat me. Like, you know, I'd beat him at different things, and he wouldn't be too happy as well. And he's getting to a state in his life. He can take me in a few things now. And I think that's kind of just a natural progression as well that you want for your sons. That you know, at 15 and 16, I think that's the most important age for a dad to be involved, because like, you know, when they're a kid and all that, you can kind of just set the rules, do a bit of discipline, and kind of be the funny dad and the entertaining dad. But like, you can't really be the funny dad in their teenage years. You don't want to be like joking around and stuff. That's like, you know, that's how you talk to kids with child minds. When you're teaching a man, you know, he's 15 now, he'd be 18, 19, the world's going to be a tough place. These things come in cycles. The cycle isn't looking good of what we're going into. You got to like train him to, like, he hasn't really gone through anything tough yet, so hopefully, like, you know, sending him to Thailand again, I got him to do horse riding as well as different things, and it makes a big difference. Like, you know, I'm in a position that I could do that, so but yeah, like, I should do a whole, I do like talking about parenting things and different things as well, but that's probably for a different platform. We'll leave the last message to Mary, and Mary is one of these people who is a great ambassador for McCaffreyCrafts. She's been involved in this community for quite a long time. She's very, very positive. She knows everyone. She comes in. She's been a customer of mine as well. And she's just a genuinely great person as well. She's worked hard her life as well. She's had a few injuries as well, and so she does have the right attitude. And I'm sure, people around you, Mary, can see it. You've always come across really great on this live stream. So we'll leave the last word to Mary Miles. Have a great weekend. And I blundered it. Actually, I did that on purpose, just for a joke. Have a great weekend, all. All right, guys. Signing off. Until the